Bethany here, and welcome to my channel. Today is Embossing Folder Friday, and the theme is love. I am using the Spellbinders embossing folder of the month from January. It's called Stylized Trellis. So I'm going to start by using some 65-pound cardstock, and I'm going to put it in my Cuttlebug, and we will see how it turns out. So this is what it looks like when it is properly done in the embossing folder. It's very pretty. If you look at it, the trellis kind of makes hearts. I'll angle it a little bit that way you can see it, but it looks like hearts that are touching each other, which is very lovey-dovey-ish. But I will also show you the other one that I did, which was kind of a boo-boo. The plate slipped, but it's kind of cool because now I have this little area for my sentiment or whatever I decide to put there. So I'm okay with it. But I used 65-pound cardstock from Michaels, so nothing terribly fancy. And I may go ahead and create some more. We will see. But I grabbed the Gina K Designs. It is called Lovely Words. It's a mini stamp set. But You're a Great Friend, Much Love, You Are My Sunshine. I just thought those were nice things to put on a friend's card for Valentine's Day or uplifting, whatever you want. Spread the love. I am all about spreading love and happy mail and anything like that. Also, if you are interested in getting happy mail, I am starting a happy mail list. I won't share it with anybody because unless someone asks to be shared publicly, but for right now it's just for me to send you cards randomly throughout the year, just as an appreciation. Some I'll write in, some I just will let you pass along to your friends. Let's see, I am going to put, no, I have no plan from here on out. I have my embossing folder and that's all I knew I was going to do. So now I am just spitballing. I really like this Much Love, and I may just be crazy enough to stamp it directly onto my embossed background and take advantage of the little mistake. Using the Independence Color Hive ink, I am going to put a nice layer of that red, gorgeous red, and using my smoosher, just getting a nice impression, and it's actually perfect the first time. I don't need to restamp it or anything. And I have grabbed the Recollections. It's a ruby red tinsel embossing powder from Michaels as well. And I am just putting a generous layer on here, and I'm going to leave some clumps purposely splattered throughout. I will take some away from where the writing is so it doesn't look so sloppy, but you'll see how it's catching in the raised parts of the embossing folder. This is kind of a backwards way to emboss. It's not really foolproof because if I tap it too many times, it goes all away. But I'm also trying to distract from that little dribble of glue. And I'm going to use a small brush to just brush away so it looks a little more random. All of those sparkle glitter dots. And because the writing of the stamp itself is a little bit more fine, glitter has a harder time holding on to it. So I didn't expect it to hold on to much of the sentiment itself. So I'm not terribly worried about that. But it's nice how it distracts from just those little bits of shimmer, distract from that dot. Blue dot is what I'll just refer to it as. And I'll move it away from, and then I'm going to try to catch more of the embossing folder marks. by putting a heavier amount, especially towards the middle. And then just letting it slide. Very gentle light taps. There's a few places where there are clumps that I don't really want. Now I'm going to go ahead and heat this up from behind on the highest heat setting and see what sticks. And once enough of the glitter flecks have adhered, it's okay to set it down and heat from the front. So now I am going to take a brayer and I'm going to dip it into the Independence Color Hive just because I want some of those lines of the embossing folder to just sing a little bit more. And I'm just going to put a light layer right over it. I'm going to just keep with the distressing mood, but making a little bit lighter right there. And now the embossing folder just pops all that much more. And I really, really love the results. So much so that I'm going to keep that brayer out and go ahead and do the same thing with this panel as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just dip in this one. I'm going to be a little deeper, a little more intense about it, a little less distressy. Although if you press too hard with the brayer, you'll see that you start to get little bits in between all of the embossing folder lines, which is okay. I guess it's unintentional distressing, but it works. You just want to keep it nice and light though, so it goes right over those lines, accenting them a little bit more just for the last bits here. And you know, I really don't mind that it's kind of created this vignette effect, so I'm going to intentionally create the vignette effect around this other side. And it really pulls in the eye towards the center where all the hearts are, and that's where I will place my sentiment. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull out the embossing folder again, and going to do something super crazy. I'm going to do a reverse effect by just taking what's left over. There isn't a whole lot, but I am just taking every little bit that's left over on that brayer and laying it down on my embossing folder. This is just another distress look. Then I'm going to add the amazing Pit Stop Pink. And that's going to be a little bit brighter and deeper. And then one last thing, because the Color Hive inks are water reactive, I'm going to spritz just a hair of water before I put it into the folder. I'm lining it up as evenly as I can, and then I'm going to put it through the Cuttlebug. And now the big reveal, and you can see here how the color is a little splotchy, but it's more focused on the middle, which is really kind of cool. It's creating this opposite focal effect than, say, the other one where the focal point is lighter in the middle with a vignette on the sides. Now to do the sentiments, I have the You're a Great Friend. This is kind of a Galentine Day card, and I'm using the Pit Stop Pink, inking it up really nice on the scrap piece of yellow. It's the same color as the other one that we did the splatter background with water. And it's not coming up super great, so I'm going to try one more time to get a good impression. And it may be because I did not condition this stamp, so it may just be my fault. And much better. So it just needed a second dosage of ink, that's all. So I am not going to do anything extremely fancy. I'm just going to fussy cut this out really quick. For the next sentiment, I actually have a hole punch, or it's not a hole punch, it is a die. I'm going to put much love right here. And since it's not going to stick out, I'm going to do another technique. So then I'm going to use the snow flurries. Franklin is joining me. And now, of course, right when I'm trying to angle it just a hair off, we're going to commit. And if it's terrible, I'll start all over. No, I actually like it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my white Jelly Roll pen and I'm just going to hit some of these highlights. Thank you for holding that, buddy. Ooh. Franklin has decided he is done playing with his sisters and he wants to join in the crafty fun. Right, buddy? Yeah. Yep. Oh. And sometimes this is okay to just fix and save what you've done and put work into. And I'm just hopefully giving you some ideas so if you do have a fix or do make a boo-boo to salvage, yeah, you can't have the scissors, buddy, sorry. And it's not perfect, but it's handmade. It's a sentiment, and I like that it's a little distressed. So, can you put the cap back on? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, bye-bye. And now we are going to go ahead and quickly assemble all of these cards. And I am just using some Neenah white 110-pound cardstock from Sam's Club, and those will be my card bases. I just whipped them out really quick. It's super easy when you have the right tools to do it. Just adding a little bit of outline to the sentiment using the edge, the good old edge of the pad trick, using the independence. Kind of hides my uneven lines too. And adding the independence to the edge of the circle, even though it's not super drastic, it will emphasize the vignette look that was created on the backing. And using foam tape for the sentiments, and then popping them up just a hair above center. Now I'm just going to use the Rainbow Crown Jewels gems, and it's from Maker Forte, and I'm using the put my glue on something that's supposed to keep it stickier longer. I'm not sure I like this method. I just use my fingernails. I have no patience sometimes, if you haven't noticed. And I'm just going to add some jewels to each of these cards before I call them complete. Thank you all for joining another Embossing Folder Friday. I hope you caught on to some of my mistakes and how I fix them. Sometimes when I film these, I'm just thinking on my feet, and sometimes it ends up being a happy accident like here, where it actually looks amazing. So I might have to do that accident a little more often. Don't forget to check out the links below for anyone else who is joining in this hop, and look out for any links for the products that I used. If you aren't already subscribed, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the bell so you get all the notifications for all the crafty fun that we have on this channel. And I hope to see you all very soon. Don't forget to find the joy in your day, and happy making. Bye! Are there links below? I'll double check. Whoops. And we'll see if you can hear Frankie in the background. He's being super loud and obnoxious right now. So focus is really in the middle, and now I'm going to go see what's the matter with all of my family members that are screeching and hollering all of a sudden. Danielle, are you a pretty princess? Really? Would you like to say hi? Hi. Okay. Yeah, you're going to be in the outtakes now at this point. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. What are you doing? Right here. What? Oh, nobody's there. Yeah, this isn't a Zoom. Mommy's just recording. Recording what? That's quite true. I'm recording what I'm making, baby. Oh, cover your mouth, please. Okay, now that was unnecessary. Nah. Are you gonna go back to playing? Are you playing dress up? Yep. Okay. All right.
I'm going downstairs and I'm gonna go to school.
Not to school yet. We have a few more months before we go to school.
Oh yeah!
Are you excited to go to school, Danny? Yep. All right. All right. Love you. Mwah. Yes, Frankie. How can I help you? Help? Help what? It's dark. Yeah. It got dark since we were playing this morning, right? Oh, you hear a truck outside? Yeah. It's dark. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Don't pick at that. No, there's nothing to look at. It's too dark. All right, bud. Bye. I'm just going. Need to re-ink this soon. All right. Frankie, can't talk when you're doing that, buddy. Here, you want to sit on my lap?
Yeah.
Yep. 1, 2. Oh, buddy. Okay, don't touch. All right, children. Thanks for saying hi. Shh. Mommy's gonna film. Why does everyone in the house decide that this is the time to talk and sing? And play. Let's start that over again. And scene.